Let's use demand and supply curves to examine the effect. To keep things simple, we will use a per unit tax. So let's say the tax is ₹1 per unit bought. Most taxes are usually a percentage of the amount spent, but that would merely complicate the analysis without adding anything. So what happens when you impose a tax of ₹1? Let us draw the demand and supply curves. So as usual, we will put quantity on the horizontal axis and price on the vertical axis. And let's suppose the demand curve is D0 and the supply curve is S0. And at equilibrium, the quantity is 10 and the price is 5. Now let's suppose that the tax of ₹1 is imposed on the seller. So consequently, whatever the buyer pays is not received by the seller. The buyer is willing to pay ₹5, but since the government takes away ₹1, the seller now only receives ₹4. Consequently, when the price is only ₹4, the seller would not be willing to sell 10 units, he would only want to sell 8 units. So from the point of view of the consumer, who doesn't know anything about this, it seems as if at a price of ₹5, the seller is only willing to sell 8 units. So it seems like the supply curve has moved to the left by this amount. And so it looks as if this is the new supply curve for the seller. So now obviously if the supply curve has changed, we have to look at the new equilibrium. So at the new equilibrium, the price will now could be ₹5.50 and the new quantity could be 9. So as you can see, what has happened because of the imposition of the ₹1 tax is that prices have gone up by 50 paise and the quantity has come down by 1 unit. We can do the same analysis using a sales tax rather than an excise tax, but as we have said before, the effect will be exactly the same. I will leave that to you as an exercise.